Flosstube, it's Lori McClary Textilist. Welcome to December the 6th of Vlogmas. Today I didn't do anything but stitch on my granddaughter's dress, and I'll show you that in just a minute here. It's going together. I did have a little bit of an issue, so I'm going to do some minor frogging tonight and then get back to it tomorrow. The back of it's kind of bunched a little bit more than I would like. But I'm going to pause here real quick and turn the camera around and show you what I have accomplished. So I'm going to back up here so you can kind of see the full dress. I have the majority of it put together. I need to adjust the back, and I have it on my mannequin Dolores. Dolores is a bit bigger than my granddaughter and definitely a little bit better endowed. So this is just for perspective as I'm putting it together. I'm going to come closer because the velvet kind of blends in with itself. So you can see maybe a little bit of the detail. I did find some ribbon, so I may or may not put the ribbon on as a facing. Oops. Trying to show you and be in the light is kind of hard. This is what the ribbon would look like. I'm kind of leaning towards not, because I think it would make it always a party dress and she might want to wear it for other occasions. So this is what it's looking like. The skirt on this is 3.5 yards on the bias, so it's quite full. If I have time, I'm going to make a petticoat. This is really hard to show. Holding it, oh, look at those two, aren't they cute? Holding it out so you can see, but it is turning out quite lovely. I actually remembered to cut it so that the velvet was all going the same direction, and it's looking pretty good. I'll walk around here and you can kind of see the back. The back is very full. It's going to look much better with some petticoats underneath it, but there's some bunching up here and this really should be smooth. So I'm gonna fix that. And then comes the yards and yards and yards of hemming and that sort of thing. So that's where I'm at. Pretty pleased so far. Okay, it's dark in here, so it was really hard to show how the dress was looking. Hopefully next time or when I get to finishing it, I can show it in daylight and you can see it a little bit better. Since we don't have anything, I don't have any decorating to show you, don't have any crafts to show you, I don't have any stitching to show you, but I thought we would talk about one of my favorite things about the season, and that is watching holiday specials. So as a young kid, we didn't get much TV time, but we did always get to watch the holiday specials. And so over the years, there were definitely favorites. And when I became an adult and they started hitting the market, first in VHS and then in DVDs and Blu-ray, I started collecting all of them. And I think I have everything that I can remember from my childhood except for one movie I have not been able to find. So I thought I would share them with you. And some of them are going to be very familiar and some of them you may not have heard of, and maybe you might want to watch them. So I'm going to start off with, I should have sorted these before I started. Let's see. I'm going to start off with my second favorite movie. There's two that are my favorites, but it kind of goes back and forth about which one is the favorite. It's probably going to be on the bottom here. Yeah, okay. So this is from a award-winning book, and they made a short film about it. And the first time I saw it was on television, and Bing Crosby and David Bowie did the intro. Or maybe it was just David Bowie. I don't remember. But the movie I'm talking about is Raymond Briggs' The Snowman. I love this movie. So there's not a lot of talking in the movie. There's a little bit of introduction, but the score, the musical score in this movie is fantastic. And the animation is really great, and the story is so heartwarming. So that's right up there in the top contender of my favorite, and I'm going to save my very favorite for last. Then, of course, there's all of the Rankin Bass and animated ones, and it would not be Christmas without a Charlie Brown Christmas. I love Charlie Brown. I have the Thanksgiving and the Halloween, the Great Pumpkin special as well, but I always watch this. In fact, I think I'm going to watch this one tonight. And I space these out, but I watch them all during the season, and it's really hard to not start watching them before. I like to keep them between Thanksgiving Day and Christmas, and some things I watch more than once. Then I have a whole set here of the Rankin Bass, and this has a Rudolph and Frosty, the Snowman, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, which is another favorite, The Little Drummer Boy, and Frosty Returns. And then I think this set also came with the music of all of them. Most of these I got when my kids were very small. As soon as DVDs came out, I think I had these on VHS, and then I bought it as a DVD. And also, it can't be Christmas without The Grinch, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So it's Cindy Lou Who. I like the non-animated one too. I don't have a copy of that. It's charming, but this is the real deal. Let's see, a couple more animated. Frosty's Winter Wonderland. I don't remember. This one might be when he gets married. And then there's another one. It was called 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. I'll put it up here so you can see. And that's the one that has the mouse, Father Mouse, and the gentleman who makes the clock to let Santa know that he's not forgotten. Or actually, no, this one was that the mouse wrote a letter to the editor saying there was no Santa Claus, and Santa Claus sent back all of their letters and wasn't going to come to town. So they had to fix that. Let's see. Next one is The Year Without a Santa Claus. And also included with that one, there in teeny tiny print, is Rudolph's New Year and Nestor the Long-Eared Donkey. I cannot get through Nestor the Long-Eared Donkey without crying. It is so sweet. Okay, is that all of the animated? I think it is. There might be another one in here that I missed and need to sneak in. Okay, let's look at a couple that you may not be familiar with. This one, I think it was like on an after-school special. It stars Johnny Whitaker, and if you remember Johnny Whitaker, he was Jody on Family Affair. There was Buffy and Jody and Mr. Sebastian, and I don't remember the actor. What was his name that played their father? Anyway, this has Johnny Whitaker and Fred Gwynn, and it's called The Littlest Angel, and it's very sweet. So there's an oldie, not as well known. Let's see if I can find another one. Oh, this was also an after school special. So I saw this after school. I was a latchkey kid, and gosh, I was probably in 4th grade, 5th grade, and I remembered it all these years. It was such a charming story, and I kept looking for it, when videos started getting released, older things. It is not made in the United States. I think it was made in Czechoslovakia. I'm almost positive that that's where it's at. I finally found it. Unfortunately, it has subtitles. I think when I watched it on the after school special, they had dubbed the voices. But it's called 3 Wishes for Cinderella. And it is a really unique, very charming take on the Cinderella story. and it's definitely a holiday classic. Okay, now let's look at some of the old classics. Holiday Inn. So this one was released, I think, in the 40s. And this was the first time, a lot of people don't know this was the first time that Bing Crosby sang White Christmas. This has Fred Astaire, and I don't have my glasses. Let's see who else is in here. There's 2 female leads, Marjorie Reynolds and Virginia Dale. So there's a lot of great dancing in this film. It is in black and white, and it is also in Irving Berlin. So the music is just great. But this was made in, I think, 1946. Even with my glasses, I can't read that small. But if you have not seen this one, it's very similar along the same lines as White Christmas, but it's got a little different twist. Then there's, of course, White Christmas. I love this one. I watched this one 3 or 4 times during the season, and this has, is it Danny Kaye? Yeah, this has Danny Kaye, Bing Crosby, and Rosemary Clooney, and Vera Ellen. Quick little fact about this, Rosemary Clooney sang both her part and Vera Ellen's part of her sister because she was not a singer, she was a dancer. So always watch this one. And another one is It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed. Excuse me, still got that frog on my throat. And Donna Reed. So I haven't watched this one yet this year. You kind of have to be in the right mood to watch certain ones. But this, I love both of these. So let's see, what else do we have? Miracle on 34th Street. I have both of them. I'm not sure where the other one is. I have both of them. I have this one, and I have this one has Maureen O'Hara, John Payne, and oh shoot, what's her name? Natalie Wood. I think this was Natalie Wood's first role, or close to it. So I have this one, and I have the newer one. It's in here somewhere, I know. Okay, here's another one that you may not be familiar with. It's a Jason Robards. It's really, really unique in how the story is told and how it's filmed. It's also a really heartwarming story. I love the story. And this has Lisa Lucas and, as I said, Jason Robards. I probably saw this as an after-school special as well. But it's a great one if you have not seen it. Okay, oh, I did miss a few animated. So I think this is also a Rankin Bass, Jack Frost. And this is another really, you don't see it very often, but it's a very good, and it's the Snow Queen. And then it has a second feature, The Wild Swans, but the Snow Queen is the one that we always watch, and it's animated, and the story is told by Sigourney Weaver. It's a really good one. Okay, now we're getting into some newer ones. This is semi-animated. I don't know what they call this kind of animation. We saw it in the theater when it first came out, and it was amazing. I think my son was maybe 3, 4, 5, something like that. So it would be from 2004. So he would have been 6, and that is the Polar Express. We saw it in the theater, and it was great because it was surround sound, and like when the train rumbles down the street, you kind of feel, everything shaking around you. It was so cool. And our tradition is to watch this. This is the first one we watch every season after Thanksgiving dinner. When we're in our turkey coma, we put this on, and that kind of kicks off the holiday season. Let's see. Oh, another favorite. And I watch this. I pull it out and watch it all year round. And it's The Homecoming, which was the pilot, sort of, for the Waltons. And it has all of the same actors except for the actor that plays the father, and that is, oh, what is his name? I don't remember who plays it, but Edgar Bergen, Ellen Corby, and the mother as well. Patricia Neal plays the mom, but all of the kids are the same. Oh, it's Andrew Duggan who plays the father. But it's such a great story. It also has Cleavon Little in it, and his character is a character. But I love this film, and it was, oops, I got a fly in here. I don't know if it was filmed in the Smoky Mountains or if they filmed it in California. That would be interesting to look up. Alrighty, we've got some more fun. Here's another one that you may not be familiar with that is really, really good. It was filmed in the 40s, 1945, and it has Barbara Stanwyck and Dennis Morgan and Sidney Greenstreet in it. And it's so charming. It's a very improbable story, much like a lot of the film was in the 40s, you know, the storyline, but it's so cute. And it's called Christmas in Connecticut. And the storyline is this food magazine writer who writes about her life on a farm in Connecticut and her husband and her baby. But in reality, she lives in walk-up in New York, is not married, has no children, has no farm, and she can't even cook. And all of her recipes come from her uncle who owns a restaurant. And then, of course, you know, through the course of the movie, everything kind of blows up in her face. But it's really, really cute. I found this one year just grabbing holiday movies at the library, and then I had to go get myself a copy. Alrighty, what else do we have here? We have Santa Claus, Tim Allen. This is such a charming story. I love this one. I laugh every time I watch it. And then this year, I picked up the Santa Claus 2. And this is when he has to get married. So these are both good. I know there's a third one where it's Jack Frost and Santa Claus. I don't like that one as well, so I don't have a copy of that one. Another great Christmas story. A lot of people don't think of this as a Christmas one, but I generally do, and that is Little Women. And I have a couple versions of this. This is the one with Susan Sarandon and Winona Ryder, and it also has all the girls are great actresses. Claire Danes and Kirsten Dunst, and who plays Meg? Trini Alvarado plays Meg. So, and then it's a great one. And then I have a older version of it, and that one is probably, it's from the 50s. And this is like a 4-story CD. It has Noelle, which is a Susan Sarandon. That's a really good one. And then it has excerpts from the 1950s version of Little Women. And then it has Christmas Without Snow with Michael Learned. Michael Learned was the actress who played the mother on the Waltons. Oh, it has Alan Arkin in it too. Okay, so we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. I also have a copy of The Nutcracker, The Untold Story, and this one has Elle Fanning in it. And the scenery in this, the house that she lives in and the scenery is just gorgeous. It's really, really pretty. Of course, you cannot get through Christmas without Christmas Vacation. And Chevy Chase, it's great. It's such a great story. It's a good belly laugh. I love Beverly D'Angelo and Randy Quaid. They really, to me, carry it off, along with, of course, Chevy Chase. Okay. Oh, and we also have, this is my kids' favorite one, Christmas Story. Look at those blue eyes. I have not watched the follow-up one that was released last year yet, but I really do need to watch this. Great, great Christmas movie. The whole scene, I read somewhere that they did not tell the gal who was playing the mom in the scene at the very end of the movie in the restaurant when they bring out the duck. She didn't know what was coming, and so her reaction in that part of the movie is totally her reaction, her real reaction, because it was funny. Some newer, fun, tearjerker, feel-good movies. Family Stone. This is hysterical and a tearjerker all at the same time. This is a great movie. If you've not watched this, you need to watch it. Just get your tissues out. And the same with this one, Love Actually. The tears usually are in the beginning and less at the end, but this is a great, great movie. I love this one. Hugh Grant and his little dance around is great. Another favorite, one of my staff turned me on to this one. I had not watched it, and of course then I had to go out and buy it, but it is The Holiday. It's a wonderful one. And then this movie came out, I think this was the last movie that Christopher Plummer was in, and it's a different take on my favorite movie. This is called The Man Who Invented Christmas, and it is kind of the story, the origin story of Charles Dickens. And I love this film. They did an excellent job on this film. Became an instant favorite in my house. This is great if you've not watched it. So my very, very favorite Christmas movie, and I always cap off the season watching it, I might watch it a couple times as well, is the Albert Finney version of Scrooge. So this was a filmed version of the musical Scrooge, and it's wonderful. It's a great movie. I love how it was filmed. I love the costuming. I love everything about this movie. And it's my favorite. But I also have the version with Alistair Sim. This is also good. But my very favorite story of all Christmas is The Christmas Carol. Okay, that's my movies. I have a lot, I know. And I think there are a few that I'm still missing. There's one I know that I'm missing, but I'm sure there's a couple that I really need to watch, and I haven't. In fact, if you have your favorite movie and it's not one that I've showed, drop a comment down below and let me know what that is, what I should go and watch based on what you just saw that I have in my collection so far. The last thing I want to show you is a book. I picked this up a 3 years ago because I'd read an article about it, and it's called Letters from Father Christmas, and it's by J.R.R. Tolkien. And what this is a collection of letters that he wrote to his children every Christmas from Father Christmas. And they were stories, they were, well, here, let me give you an example. He hand wrote them. Many of them had pictures, and he did this for several years, I think even into when they became adults. He illustrated them. I don't know that many people knew that he was also an artist. And he would tell these fantastical stories about life at the North Pole to his children. And it's a beautiful book. And it's very heartwarming to look at these letters from a father to his children, and keeping the magic alive for them and really doing what he did best, and that was storytelling. So I think this starts in the 20s, Yes. 1920. This is the first one. Isn't that wonderful? Look at that picture. And I don't recall how many years he did it. He did it for several years. Let's see if it says. It doesn't say. Maybe if I flip through here real quick. Looks like he did it through 1943. But it's really wonderful. It's something great to have on your coffee table at holiday time and just flip through it. So that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this little diversion, and I'm going to get back to work on my granddaughter's dress, and because I'm really trying to get that done and sent off in the mail. I might have to send it express mail so that I know that it gets there in time. And depending on my timing, I may or may not get a petticoat or two done for her. So I hope your holidays are going well so far, and I hope to talk to you again tomorrow. See you then. Bye-bye.